My name is Gail Ring, and I am pleased to show you how to do paper piecing. This is going to be a center for one of I'm going to paper piece around it. I'm going to put different Alaskan animals in places around the edge of the panel. Well, let's get started. First of all, if you are using paper for your paper piecing, you do need to make your stitches closer together so that they are easier to pull apart, to pull off. I have found this tearaway stabilizer that I use, and it fits in your computer, so all you have to do is put it in there and it will print off however many you need, which is very, very handy to have. When you start with your paper piecing, I have this on the stabilizer, or the stabilizer pin to it, and you go by the numbers. The number 1 is the first one that you do. As you can see, you center your picture as what I have here. You center that in the center, and then you take, and I'm going to lay this down, then you take this one's down. You take your piece and see that you want to make sure that you get that first line there. Needs to come up a little bit further. See, you've got it all right there. Then I just take a pin and pin it, turn it over, there it is. Turn it over. I always try to line up the needle with your row of stitches. Got it all lined up. I'm going to take my pin out. Come on.
Press her foot down.
Press her foot down. And just sew right on the line. Now I always go a little bit past because it's just what I do. Okay. Now, I trim this. I know it's a lot of waste, but...
Can you pull that out a little bit so you're behind?
Oh.
There we go.
Okay. When you're doing this, you're just getting the bulk off of your material. And you just finger press this here until you come to the end. And see, that was number 2. Now I'll go over here to number 3. Lift that up to make sure I can get. Okay. Another pin in. Make sure you go to the line closest to your main fabric. I always like to go slow in the beginning because, you know, sometimes it goes a little crazy every once in a while, and then you end up your stitch isn't straight.
And pull it out in front if you don't mind.
You trim off the excess. And you finger press it open. But see, the way I've got it, I've got the mama and the baby seal in the picture. When we were in Alaska visiting my daughter, we went on a cruise, just a little bitty one, not a big major cruise, just a small one. And we got to where the seals were, and oh my gosh, it smelled so bad. But it was really good to see them. Oops, I gotta move this one way or the other because I can't sew over that pin. It's really lots of fun to do this paper piecing, and if you want something precise, paper piecing is a good way to do it because you're going by a straight line. Okay, here we go on this one. Okay, why I cut that one pretty close. There you go.
Pretty.
Yes, I really like, this is the Northern Lights is what this material is to represent the Northern Lights. I've got it all sewed on, and now to finish it up so that it makes it easier to handle because you have all these little loose ends here. I'm going to turn it over, and I am going to stitch about 1/4 of an inch away from this black line, because the dark line is when you sew them together, you sew them on the black line. So I'm going to stitch around them. Make sure everything is laying flat so you don't have anything turned under and you're sewing it where you don't want to sew it and you'll have to tear it out. And you just go around 1/4 of an inch away from that black line. I've stitched around all the way around, and now I am going to sew, and I'm going to cut the excess off. Wait, I better do it on this side. So I don't cut it too close.
So you use a scissors for all of the trimming. You don't use a rotary cutter at all.
No. I'd have to get up.
Can't be having that.
This is so much easier to just cut it that way. And there I have my second block.
That is so adorable. Hold that one up so we can see.
Here are the 2 blocks.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gail. Appreciate that. Anything else you want to say before we sign off?
No.
Okay, well, thank
Have
you.
a good sewing day.